changing lives.
Aba Hope TV Ghana na ya sambo akwa basonko aba Hope Business Forum so ebraso se enenso ye tenase na yesua de se de da bia no ye ba wakwa ma ye no eno nti no ye besre se o befre adofo na ebusuafo nyina na makaka obi bia se Hope Business Forum dwumadie no ebre na so eno nti free side break we Udu TV no etu ba bia wo se o mre ene wadaje ye mo akwa basonko pa Titu mo Facebook and afenso YouTube no o call Facebook a ye honum live as Hope TV Ghana sa enso na ko YouTube so ye dem live as Hope Channel Ghana na hye so se ye ba betena se ya na ejuma ko bia da ama na yetimi ede adesua ebrew da biara da ewo Hope Channel Ghana eso ye fast day mo hwam ema medimafo Herbal Hospital won madaroma na bribia no ye no etimi ebesua de na medimafo Herbal Hospital ya Dr. Time da so ono ena ye pani kwankyerefo no kro ya no oye kofa baya woda ano na ohwe esan yarewa hodo ne wo mogya mu honamani ena afensu huhumu de nyina no wotimi de enhama esa wode brekeke ena beto yare no so no wa kire wo se bresei no madrowe bresei no madrowe na wasan hye wo se ebia 2 weeks anana wotwe wo ye to aso na odi so nko ade a wo ho ebeto enu nti no omodin ase yare bia edokro no ye mubodin sanse wanhwe ya obeka se ya mo yare so okopie mu ewo kumase ebu akwa gogo a medimafo Herbal Hospital wonum ebutu ho sa enso ena oba enkrande ne importamu nso a pokuase mayira ene mo amoben ho nyina no monko medimafo Herbal Hospital na monkoje mayare hwe enu ti frɛ wonum se CI ewo embayi eso 0244 774 282 0244 774 282 medimafo Herbal Hospital Dr. Time da so say oyarefo no wayaresa ene ehwa ntibomodin se obekọ yenda onyankopon ase ene pe ene na dom enti na ndenso yenya kwanya yasan betena ha ye kasa na wonso wo hwe yen ba bibia wo midin ede nana kwame sika bribiara metena dwuma de etijeje ho tata ede ma na yenyina yesua ade ebom be na wotwe miensa achi yesua ne ma hodo bebre na ne ma yesua no efa wo ho efa wo babi ho efa wo faase bi ho efa wo kunu anase wo yiri bi ho enu ntina ebewie se enenso ye beba beto aso ede ama o hye ne se bredi kan wo sa episode we mu no ye hwe bibi efa what to know na what to know no na ye ka ache se ansa na beba otrim kra se wo pese wo ye adwuma no ye one ma bi e wo se wo hunu ansa na watu hu anamo enu nti opani ni boa ye kyerɛkyerɛ e ma ye hunu ne ma bebre ani so a nanka ye nim se e wo se ye hwe ansa kra na ya bin se ebe ya adwuma ya ebi ni se wo se ye honesty hu se wo ye no kwaredifo hunu ne a wutimi ye enye se bia wo sori ya na wate adwuma bi nka keke na wo kwa kope bia no achi nso no ye ba behwe how to craft an effective CV curriculum vitae krata eno na kire wo ho nsem kire ne a wo betimi aye ene ne a wo nim eno nti no se wo kope adwuma eno na wo de beko na wo de cover letter bi asan ka ho a kire se position we a me apply no niema se na fa me ho kire se metimi aye na ye hu kwan a befa so a ye betro no ye nya ne keke se wo kope driving na nya fi na wo koka se wa kira de pen ye mfa nya hwi wo ho eno nti no pani no boa ekirikire mu e ma ye te ase afa ye san behwe how to apply for a job kwan a obefa so a obepe adwuma anase obekwa apply se me pese me ye adwuma oko apply a interviews nyina wo interview skills ahodo nyina no last week no obo modern kyerɛkyerɛ e ma ye huni oko awa hofade nye se wo nya adwuma nti no wo na wo bo ohia buburo nti no wadress basa bi na wo de akotena ho sebe utri nwi kura no na wo anunum na wo ho aye basa na o pamon krofo afi nso no osan e ma ye secret bi se esan se ono oye human resource manager paninti no enei wonom hwe social media pa enu nti no wagura wudi o social media nsem a woka comment ahodo nyina no basa etimi eboa ida se ye be fawo anase ye mfawo o chechire niema bebre company na wokomu no kra no e wo se wo hu niema bebre fa wo mo ho utimi hu wo mo achievement niema wo mo ye ya aboa wo mo na utimi identify ne wo wani so a onso ba obetimi dia aboa company no ene ya ba e ba beto aso ye fa ne say de adwuma no wakope ya fa wa wie na wo hye adwuma na se no e den na wo se wo hunu den na wo se wo ye employee na obi nso ye employer wo ne relationship no etisen eno nti ena nwumre ya betena se a ye ba abesua ade eno nti ka me ho na yensan emma opani Andrews Manome Akwaba ono oye human resource manager ena osanso ye human resource consultant eno nti no ne nsem obeka bia ne mpanifo se bomochichi finso ase beka cho se denche mawu a achinie bia eni ho Mr. Manome Akwaba.
Thank you, Mr. Sika. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we are grateful.
Yeah, it's an honor to be here. I keep on saying it, and I like the summary you gave. And one important thing that I don't want our viewers to miss is prayer.
Good.
Prayer is very important. As Christians and as people of faith, and one thing we added in this whole journey, what to know before you employ, writing your CV, and going out there is your purpose.
Yes.
You cannot go and do what God has not asked you to do. And so once you pray, you wait on your God, you wait on your full purpose. You know your full purpose. What is there for you will be there for you. So I'm happy to be here for maybe not the last time, but for this segment.
Yes.
And then
definitely
learn something,
you will come again.
Small. Yes.
Come again. We are also happy to have you.
Thank you.
In fact, for the past 3 weeks, you have been impactful.
Yes.
Yeah. And the feedback has been positive. All right. I promised you last week, sir, yebefa course. And you know, me di kan aba homa no e de amount. Ye share nkomo na se a enche kra no ye bebie na fe from time I share se besi sabrace we de achi a asembisa bia wo no ubetimi abisa se enso ene nkomo a ye ba bedi e na wo ho asembisa ubetimi abisa na mom kai se ene ye hwe general issues in human resource entino obema ye hunu se de ye adwuma ye ne ye adwuma wura nkita hudie ye duties ne bibia no ye bedi di ho nkomo wa asa ye twen onso call no eno nti tromba ne to sesi a 0559 680066 0559 680066 o troto no mo a ebre no so a ye de beto screen ani so no o fra no wa lower o TV set no na fe whiteboarding wa kire ba bia o kasa free na ye din enkomo enti ye ba be share enkomo no ase Mr. Mano me minim se o be pese o be kan bibia about the previous topics no one say
I think we can go straight, and we'll encourage our viewers to go back to the 3 previous episodes.
Yes.
Enough feedback, I've had feedback. I've dealt with a number of people in LinkedIn. So if you want to ask follow-up questions on what we've discussed, just go to my LinkedIn page, Andrew Manome on LinkedIn. Let's chat. I've reviewed, about 20 CVs.
Good.
For free. Wow. Because they watched.
Wow.
So, I'm surprised about this channel. This channel is very powerful.
Okay.
And so, I've just had a feedback for someone. I don't know whether I'm allowed to mention somebody's name who's watching live.
Oh, yes.
Harriet. Harriet is a HR professional.
Harriet, good evening.
She's doing so well, and I want to acknowledge. So, this channel goes very far. So, there are 3 episodes. Watch all of them. Take your time. And then look at them, write your questions. You can get the feedback to Mr. Sikayi or contact me, and then we'll support you. The reason we are doing this is because as Christians, we need to know the truth.
That is it.
And we need to go and conquer, go and take what belongs to us. And there are just a few technicalities we need to understand. Once we understand what is there for us, will be us. Nobody can take it away. And that's how we are doing this. Yeah.
Very good. That's great. All right. So let's just quickly start with today's topic.
Yeah.
We are looking at general issues in human resource. Before we even start,
yes.
What is the duty of a human resource manager?
Oh, simple. Let me use this analogy. And it's my own definition. I'm not going to use any book definition. There are many books definition and all. But as an HR, it's like you are leading a group of workers, and you are convincing them to do the impossible every day.
Okay.
You must motivate them daily to do the impossible. So there's a building here. You are telling the workers to push the building into the sea. It's impossible. You can't push the building, and you can't push it to the sea. But if they're able to come at 4 a.m. and push to 9 p.m. and then they'll come back at 3 a.m. the following day, because of you, the HR, then you have done your job. So the HR job is to motivate at all times the workers so that they can push a building to the sea, to do the impossible every day. Okay. They are motivated, ready to jump from bed and come and do, quote unquote, the impossible, what they do not like, and do it every day. Once the HR does that, then you're a good HR person. So that is the work of the HR. So, for example, even when you pay good salaries, okay, they will come. When you give them good t-shirts to work, when you give them water to drink, the washrooms are okay. You ensure that they go on leave. When their child dies, or mother dies, touch wood, there's something for them. When they need a loan, you quickly facilitate it. How you speak to them, the kind of training you give to them, even if disciplinary issues happen, how you manage it, new policies, listening to them when they come to your office. The office is welcoming. They can rely on you. You visit them at home, you visit them in the hospital.
Okay.
They will come and push the building, and that is the work of the HR person.
All right, thank you. Inti se wo ye HR wa dwuma bi mu na wutie ya. Enye se wo de ne se wo be popo wani. Wa be kan HR policies na wo wia wa ja hokọ. Na emom e wo se wo ma wo weka na nkasa na hia de hia wo be motivate no be hye ni nkran biribiara se bibi to no mpo a na wa ben no wa mana hu say you are in his or her shoes. Na fe wa hu say won so dwene ne ho e ba sa wa da na juda so mkra wo friend say o meye adwuma obeba. That is so wonderful.
And to add, one reason why I moved to HR, I studied psychology, and my first 6 to 7 years of work was customer service, sales, marketing, relationship management. I'm not with ton phones, with ton credit.
Okay.
Those days, credit, you scratch card, your ton, and then
MTN, Vodafone.
It's been load 100. Also, got ton in a modem. Say got ton, and install it. So install it after sales service and all those things. But when I worked in 2 telecommunication industries, honestly, I did not really like the HR system. Not me for HR on kasa. I wish I could me don't be bonkombo. You know, they were far away. I said yes, raw Musa. No. I said me I'll be a different HR person.
It shouldn't be so.
It shouldn't be so. The HR. Everybody should speak to you. Cleaner, driver, CEO. Everybody should be able to walk with you and say, I want to have a conversation, and have a conversation with you, and at least listen to them. And there's a trick to that. So since I didn't have it, I said, no, I'll be a better HR person. And those days in 2002, 2003, most HR people were women. And so, but I had also a few HR people, men, who gave me the hope. I'd like to mention Mr. Alex Inkum. Alex Inkum is now at Enterprise Life. He's now a big man there. I want to thank you for the opportunity he gave me. Patrick also gave me that opportunity to see that there were opportunity in HR. And I'd like to also mention one person who I have not done HR before. He was interviewing for salespeople. At the interview, I said, I want to do HR. And they gave me the opportunity.
Wow.
He's Dr. Philip Otimensa. Dr. Philip Otimensa is the MD of UMB, and Mr. Kwesi Mako, who said, okay, let's do opportunity.
They saw the vision in you.
They just saw the vision. I had no HR experience, but I was passionate about it.
Okay.
They gave the opportunity. That was in February 2013, and the rest is history. So before we discuss anything, I want to thank these people, and I also want to thank when I went to the public service.
And they are the reason why we
are also
why
I'm here. You know, who gave me a free opportunity?
That's
it. Mary Minta, the current head of HR of Food and Drugs Authority. Auntie Mary, the head of HR, Food and Drugs Authority. Wherever you are, I'll say thank you to you for the opportunity for making me learn under your feet.
That's interesting.
This is where I am now.
Great, great. All right, so now let's continue with our discussion. In achieving organizational success,
yes,
how important is a healthy relationship between the employer and the employee?
No, there must be a healthy relationship. There must be good relationship. There must be understanding between the employer and an employee. And so if there's a misunderstanding, we cannot work. There must be understanding from the beginning to the end. So I don't want to stress it that much. Understanding, mutual understanding from the beginning. Clarity is important. And in the labor law, I have the labor law here. And I always tell the HR people that if you are reading the Labor Act, the law which governs work in Ghana, if you see the word employer there, it's a HR person. Because you, the HR, you are supposed to advise the CEO on the things. So when you say employer, it's the HR, that's the actions you have to take.
Okay.
And so on and so forth. So, but in this case, in this scenario, we are discussing the employer. So maybe the owner of the organization, okay, he is the employer. So there must be a good relationship between the two. Yeah.
Okay, that's very good. So what are the key responsibilities of employees towards their employers towards their employees, and vice versa?
And I mean, and for me not to miss it at all, in the Labor Act, Labor Act of Ghana, which has Labor Act 2003. At 651, it states clearly, the duties of the employer. I don't want to mix anything at all. That's of the duties of the employer, isn't it? Yes, and it's in section 9.
Okay.
With your permission, I'd like to read, and afterwards I explain.
Okay.
And that is even if you own a business and you do not know any duty at all. This is what the law says that you should do.
Say adwuma ne ye wo dia na wanka say wonnim ne wo say wo ya emra no ne ye kire wo say ye no obekan no.
Duties, and that it was section 9 of the Labor Act.
Okay.
And with your permission.
So
the first one is that section 9 is that now without prejudice to the provisions of this act and any other enactment for the time being in force, in any contract of employment or collective agreement, the duties of the employer include the duty to A, provide work and appropriate raw materials, machinery, equipment, and tools. So you, the employer, when you employ somebody, you must give the person work to do. Give the person the raw materials to use to work. Give the person the machinery, computers, laptop, pen, table, furniture, and the tools, necessary tools out there. You cannot employ somebody and say that, oh, no, the law doesn't allow that. That's the first one. A. B. You must pay the agreed remuneration at the time and place agreed on in the contract of employment or collective agreement or by custom without any deduction, except deductions permitted by law or agreed between the employer and the worker.
Wow.
So that's why when you write a letter, so that's why offer letter is important. In the offer letter, the employer must write how much I'll pay you at the end of the month. So sometimes in a letter they write annual gross of this. So sometimes people do not know, okay, annual, okay, the whole year.
That's 12 months.
12 months, but so me as an HR, what I always do is to break it down with the monthly and count for you to see, say, when I'll be every month. So that there's clarity. One year. But in the letter, no, if people throw 1 year, and you're wrong. My profession, me throw monthly.
Now you're clear.
Even every month, me mouth for, say, for example, 100 cedis, lunch, 200 cedi, weigh 100 cedi. So that at the month, won't say, when I better drop your account, when I better be basic, metal, social security. Now we say, okay, when I better call, okay.
So you can calculate to know your net salary.
The employer must make it very clear from the onset. And just after a month or two, no, oh, now boss, I say when I calculate, discuss here. Instead of for him to do, no, we are thinking about salary. So that's where the misunderstanding comes. So the employer must ensure that there's no misunderstanding from the beginning.
Okay.
For example, and catch and say, I'll give you annual way of 1,002. Catch and say, I'll give you a month of 1,000. End up okay, a month 1,000. That's what the law says. So pay the money. So you pay the amount of money, the amount that you have agreed upon. Say you agree to 1,000 now. The someone so I can say the way at the end of the corner, remember 800. Baby. Pay the 1,000 you have agreed. And so now, it also says that if you want to deduct to me, okay, let me speak English for me to free. You cannot deduct money from anybody's account without the person's permission. For example, we say, hey, last month, Juma 10 days, mean for salary. The question is that, is there a contract? Have you been able to sign it, say, later, if there's no agreement, it is wrong for the employer to do that. So employer cannot take the money away from your own. Say, for example, you top fridge and also go to TV. Now, Obi Abe report say, work away, or bet me fridge hole. Okay. And better if you disagree with that, there must be an agreement, say, tell me 100, now go to Yaka. Until the employer back say, no, you have no right.
So better.
So better. It's in the law.
Okay.
C. The employer must take all practical steps to ensure that the worker is free from risks of personal injury or damage to his or her health or during the course of the employer's employment or while lawful in the employer's premises. It means the employer must make sure that in Siobia and Talewa or be better form and that's oil and I say steps no slippery, tiles no slippery, washrooms no slippery and I say Bibi bet me have a ton so I'm an injury. No. The employer has the right to make sure the environment is clean. Dust, you must have a condition. That's why you must have a cleaner to clean the place. That's why it's not too good for the workers to clean themselves. No, Pobi, no, must be cleaning. So that there's a focus is clear. The health of the worker is your responsibility.
Okay.
And sometimes they go further by saying that, okay, we provide first aid box, and I say, oh yeah, you're never call hospital. That is an extension to show the worker is interested in the employee. D. Develop the human resource by way of training and retraining.
And also,
so
okay.
If our workers not training or more against the law.
Wow.
So this is the reason why you must have a training department. For example, we call conference we will Cape Town, South Africa, and in that conference we're telling all the African HR4 by 5 days. So beautiful program. Now I understand that in Mauritius, Mauritius is in their law that every employer must train their people, I think 10 hours in a year.
Wow.
If a worker by December only 10 hours of training now, or the quarter you get an equivalent of $10,000.
Interesting.
So it is in the law.
It's a very good law
that you must train your people and they must stay the hours. So the worker must train and retrain. You must train and retrain so that if you work at a place unya training on the job and as a phone training, it's against the law.
But even with the training, Krano, it's you the employer that will benefit because you are training them to work for you.
Exactly. I mean that's D, you know. And then 9E says that provide and ensure the operations of an adequate procedure for the discipline of the workers. You must discipline the workers. How do you do? You must have a disciplinary policy. At the beginning, that's what I mean, when I go to a place, you must have set up the what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. Oh yeah,
the culture of the organization.
Yes, the disciplinary policy must be clear. Communicate to the employees what is allowed there, what's not allowed there. Oh yeah, this is what will happen. When you communicate that from the onset, will be able to answer. But if they don't know, and then at your own, because you we penalize we it's not good.
That's not fair.
The law says that provide adequate procedure for procedure. There was a procedure. A query must be given, and then a query received, then form investigative committee. Then you must have a disciplinary committee. When the disciplinary committee sits, how many days must they sit? The CU decides what are the sanctions, and so on and so forth. And then also furnish the worker with a copy of the worker's contract of employment. This is the reason why it's a more employment contract. So if you are working at the place, you've not had your employment contract, offer letter, go for it. The law says you must have an offer letter. And you're fair, but you must have an offer. The employer must give you an offer letter. G, keep an open channel of communication with the workers. There must be something to prove that the employer is open to you. call boss office, I'm call your CEO, and I say yeah, staff there, but open forum, suggestion box.
Or you have a WhatsApp group.
Okasa, you will not be penalized. That must be available. But if you work at a place where you can't talk, well, advise yourself. It's not good. That's what the law says. And then finally, protect the interests of the workers. Every worker has an interest. School, ni career. Know the interests and protect the worker. That are the duties of the worker as far as the labor law is concerned. I don't know whether I've answered your question.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
And this is purely law.
Yeah.
So it is not outside the law of Ghana.
Exactly.
Nti ebasa wa oye jumayeni oye jumanu, you must know this.
Yes.
Send a beya obi mteti ofa hodie. So that is very wonderful. Me person me busa we say in a workplace and I say in an organization whereby employees are not able to communicate freely with their employers. What actually causes that, and is that a positive impact? Does it bring positive impact on the organization?
No. I mean, first is not. First of all, there's no positive impact. We are gradually having some kind of employees. Young people are, well, we call them Gen Zs. Informal. Not because say. Omu hinska dia to aduane di and I say omu peska dia to dan and I say car owo university crowd drive car dey go school ye pound person na go school ni papa ofie ni papa o satellite dish otumi da obetumi didi 4 times a day into juma na oba no crowd no favor be na but technically good. What they thrive upon is easy communication, easy to go, openness. Oh, why are there? Oh, I like your hair. Hey, now say they all yet trendy pow, but Chalema Juma no more. Oh, and yet all the way official, but akasa friendly. And so if you don't do, you miss out on the best product. They'll resign today, they don't care. They don't mind about pension, social security, they don't care about those things because their parents already have money and so on and so forth.
I think it's about time people have to pay attention to what you are saying.
I'm telling you.
Because in church, I remember our youth before, you have to even beg before they will allow you to join.
Wow.
But now you have to beg people before they will join.
Yeah.
So it has changed. We have migrated from that harsh era to how do I even say it?
Yeah, a free,
persuading era.
Exactly.
So if you are an employer and you don't try to know the trend of these dynamics, you will be making a mistake by using the old or the archaic style of ruling your.
I'm telling you, and it will not help. And so, I mean, we have a duty to play. We really have a big duty to play, and so we have to be mindful about it and be open. I mean, what do you lose? Your people, the reason why they come to you is that they want information, they want clarity. I mean, they want to make sure that they get it right. You are the experienced person, so provide that leadership. And so, if you are not available, if they can't contact you, almost throw some fraud, you know, then the business will not go on. Almost throw some mistake. How do you correct them? How do you involve them? I mean, these are what employers must look for. Yes, money has been invested into the business, but the most important assets or the most important workforce, your assets are your workforce. And so if they don't develop to get the confidence, you lose out. And so we must pay attention to them.
As an employer?
Yes, as an employer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say, oh, bana omujane.
I mean,
I think when it happens that way, they will only work when you are available.
Of course.
So when you are be relaxing.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to build a culture that even in your absence,
work will still go on. They believe in the vision. They will still carry it out of us. And it is. And up to the head of HR or the HRs to look at the temperature of the organization, be emotionally intelligent, read between the lines, and when there are these barriers, deliberately bring in something. I mean, have an open forum, try and break the ice, you know, and let the people feel connected. Have a small party, bring in a DJ, on Friday, 4 o'clock, I mean, 2 days dressed down, and you know, let them feel good, you know, and then Monday, Tuesday, then you load them.
Yes.
Be
serious.
Okay.
So what are the things that causes tension between staff and management?
I think for me, the most important thing is there's no clear communication from the beginning. If a new person is coming to the organization, statistics has it that when a new person, you employ a new person, the person, about 60% of those take a decision whether they want to stay long or not during orientation. During orientation, what they want is to see the CEO. They won't see the head of management. Come and do the orientation. But when our small officers come and doing the...
I feel like...
Yeah, and then when they say, let's start orientation 9, now I start 11, 12.
So right from the beginning...
Right from the beginning. Up. And then they go for the orientation, you see dress code, you dress away. But who pay lunch, I want to be a... You only talk, but you don't do. But once they come in, for example, you want to have a culture, so we greet. And from the reception now, orientation will be on chow. Will say, you're a new person, you are going to be on oh, then they can't say, but if Obia chia, Obia will come, oh, yeah, our orientation will be coming by Obia will come. So the culture from the onset, the clarity, and again, it is the function of the HR. Of course, working with the CEO, the support, but the HR has a big role to play.
Wow.
To establish the culture from the onset, that there's no ambiguity. For example, before somebody starts the work, man offer letter. Man, offer letter because you'll be in a crowd. 8 to 5. It's 1,000 CDs. You report to the head of finance. Sometimes your friend will leave this at 23 days. All this have been set. Obey now, man, they watch on, and can't say and that's what the beginning of the 40s. Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. You beko break aba na ye ba ya pet na ye ba bebie ahoma no announce wa bam na fe ye nyina ye de ya no ato enkomonum eno nti me san abo emba ne biem e de amount 0559 680066 0559 680066 Troto onom ye ba ya pe na onso wa frɛ na fe ye no nyina adi enkomo ye ba sisi a
Polygonal Central Seventh-day Adventist Church is 50 years old. Hallelujah. The church has been in existence for the past 50 years. Polygonal Central SDA.
Polygonal Central SDA Church is 50 years.
Polygonal Central SDA Church is 50 years.
By God's grace, we are chopping 50 years.
Hooray! It's a season of celebration. The Polygonal Central Seventh-day Adventist Church turns 50. Join us as we celebrate 50 years of the goodness of the Carmen King. Mark your calendars on October 18 for a spirit-filled musical Sabbath, followed by a community cleanup exercise on October 19 as we share Christ's love through music and service. Then the Grand Golden Jubilee celebration climaxes on Sabbath, October 25, 2025. Dress code all white. Special guest for the occasion, Pastor Dr. S.O.T. Hammond, President, Accra City Conference. Pastor Dr. Neil Lante Thompson, Ministerial Secretary, Southern Ghana Union Conference. Honorable Oko Vanderpoy, Member of Parliament, Ablekuma South. And our host pastor, Pastor Dr. Chris Ananulu. Come and be part of history as we lift our voices, hearts, and hands in gratitude for 50 years of grace. Polygonal Central Seventh-day Adventist Church is 50 years celebrating the goodness of the Carmen King. See you there.
Seventh-day Adventist Church
Eastern View Ghana Conference is 10 years. Hooray! This calls for celebration and thanksgiving. Theme: 10 years of God's faithfulness and fruitfulness. Yes, Chef Fai Adanyanko Kwase, Esan Sen, Penti, Wamaya Aswaba. Host Pastor PMK Arthur, Eastern View Ghana Conference President. Committee Chairman, Pastor Arnold Rene Ebonge. Yatonsa Afre Etitreni and Nintre A one so home. Guest speaker, Pastor Dr. Thomas Techi Okran, Southern Ghana Union Conference President. Guest of honor, COP Michael Nana Inketia Frempong, Esquire, Director of Finance, Ghana Police Service. On the year, Mrs. Rose Inketia Frempong, Director of Aglo Ghana. Honorable David Ifa Osei Bonsu, MC, Co South Municipal. Honorable Joseph Frempong, MP for Nkoko. Honorable Tamimu Halidu, MC, Co West. Honorable Ernest Owusu Inti, DC, Etiwa East. Ahemfwa, Yaton Safra, Wadu Nyam, Ebete, Echire, Eye, or therefore Nana Ifa Opiaman the 3rd, Opome Henem, Anna Nana Opoku Minta the 2nd. Kwauta for Hene Osaya Kwauta for Hene. Grand finale, 25th October 2025. Jumadie Nyina Ekoso, Ewo Nkoko Domiabra Apesika, Ewo Eastern View Ghana Conference Auditorium Nimo. Eho Ana Yebisika Bafu Adia Apua a complete the auditorium. Nakopon Adia Check Eastern View. Maranatha, Lord Jesus, come.
Se we nyamre ni adaje atwen ye na afi ye twa ye ho aba yaba eba beto aso se afi no abetena wa fidi animu a aha eye Hope TV Ghana eye Hope Business Forum so enkomo ena yegusu a ye die no ye sua de na ene ye hwe general issues in human resource eba ojumayeni eni ajumawura ankita hudie ne wose obi aye ne wose obi ahunu ne wose obi a edema ewa ajumamu eno ho enkomo ena ye di no na mom efisa break ya no ye di ahoma no obetimi abam na wasem bia obebisa free day 1 edibesi enne enkomo aye di su de opese obisa bia no akwanya ewo ho se obetimi abisa eno nti eye 0559680066 na fe ofra omodin se obema o TV ni volume no akofo no watie afa ofonum na afi nso no wabodin na wakire mbabia o kasa afri Nizamanome
yeah
nizamo akwa babio
yeja
yadin komo afa employer ne employee we have known much of the duties about from the employer no nti ye hwe the employee no won so no okwa adwuma no no what must you do
it's very briefly as an employee this is the labor law section 11 it talks about the duties of the worker. The first one is what work conscientiously in the lawfully chosen occupation. So when you go to work I'll say ukujuma ye juma ni ye for the personal na you na ye juma no so. B, report to work regularly and punctual. Also debia also kujuma and say contempt so that when your employer is punishing you for not coming to work early, you don't say that it's wicked, it's in the law. C, enhance productivity. Anything which is good, anything that will produce more, and also. D, exercise due care in the execution of assigned job. Due care, for example, you say driving, not driving can now work on accident, and now say,
park your baby now would
for out 10. Oh, who will be also chill because who drive a company car? Who lift more oh, I mean, who fuck A4 sheet. No, let's say ensure productivity. Exercise care for assigned job. Now, obey lawful instructions regarding the organization and execution of your work. Then a line where it's lawful instruction. Your more instruction be a diso, but also a lawful. For example, your more you must say kofa edrobone bar. Etiamra. You can reject that one. But your more instructions say what report say, Trinity say, Koni say, your transfer. It's a lawful way. It's allowed. You must obey. Take care. Take care. Reasonable care for the safety of health of your fellow workers. Sometimes noise pollution crowd to me. Office in issue. Would issue go from. Can't train. Clean up your clean. Man, so walk from not cleaning. Oh. Bibi maybe a dadwa da form or meet me at Trata, car meet me at Faso. Ye bibi nefisi kwine and say, oh, dadwa waha. You must be interested in the care of your other workers. It's your duty. Protect the interests of the employer. Employer no or the seek share business anymore. Why invest this cano? It will be wrong. Say, oh, you be back connive. Charlie, you your master. Then coaches cano. No, that's not what you are saying.
Good.
In the interest not protected. Oh, say bia o master cry on if he say obi social security. Oh boss, or say social security is by law. Yeah, papa. You know because you be able to me a kai.
Yeah.
But that's your duty as finance into kai no trauma no approve it, no for check no kutia. When tia a bear penalty. That's why you are there. To protect the interest. Take proper care of the property of the employer entrusted to you or under the immediate control of the worker. Yama company car, yama company bungalow, yama company computer. Now they be a computer they insume obande be a banner sell computer. O scratchy car no. Take proper care of the organization. But I say yama problem unkwana yedi adema lasting for long. That is basically what the law says about the duties of the worker.
That's very interesting. Until we work on so no, I was so near was away. I was Mrakwan so said a bear on so no unkunya asembia na ajumano etimi aye kama. Yankwa homano suna fe yane ofre for we any combo. Yamo akwaba within any baby or casa free. But I want my own no form pantino, kawe pejam kakramaya. Hello. Oh, okay. Sabra biem oba yebejo so na ye no wadi enkomo. Nti Mr. Manome yentoa enkomo ne so. Sese ne ye hwe omumie nu nyina no ye hunu ne ye wo se employer eye by law. Afi employee nso so ne ye hunu de wo se wo ye by law. Afi adwuma nu mu ankasa no ekwan ben ne ye faso a ye betwe obi aso. Se me employee ma form per the company's law no ma form a quan ben and I was here fast. If it's any apam me say min coffee and I say due process be or her was a employer no efaso. Yeah,
so first of all in Ghana no even labor law we crown a shall law be as the constitution of Ghana, the 1992 constitution. The most important thing if you cry will be say there will be a friend fair hearing. Or say utin back say utin back say nisa go company save ma all fast cano. Say, hey, Mateo, the law says also tieno.
Okay.
Also tieno. Also tieno. And son of what I encourage everybody to do is that always have a disciplinary policy. 5 pages, 10 pages on what your policy says. The company no pay any say a bar puts us a bit faster.
Okay.
So a typical additional policy will talk about the fact that in this company we don't like we don't like things to go wrong, and if something happens, the first point of call is that you write to the staff a query. But trying to query, a beside the numbers and query your punishment. As in bisa, you who say on the 6th of March, 1993, you who say, Oko CEO office. And I will be a safe now fast. Then you add, you know that this amounts to theft. Can you explain why disciplinary actions cannot be taken against you? You are supposed to report in 3 days. Not the letter number. What the money we are, or be responding. Now, you don't have to conclude, say, or admit it, because people can say, not guilty on fire. But to admit here, when you admit, then straight, you must have a disciplinary policy, you must have a disciplinary committee for 3 or 4 people to sit and look at the case. We issue a query, the staff responded, were admitted, he has apologized.
Okay.
First time offender. Is it the case that the company will allow first time, maybe everyone will find out 1 letter, and I say, I suspend, the cost suspension, I 2.5, or baby might bet, and I say, first time now, it depends on the culture you want to establish.
Okay.
And also, it depends on the disciplinary policy that you have and the sanctions applied to each offense. And then also, the employees must sign that they are going to comply by the disciplinary procedure, and whatever happens, it must apply to them. Until, say, you have the employees sign to that, it's very difficult to apply a disciplinary policy, staff in him. So you must have orientation to the staff to know that, this will happen. And then when you apply the process, there won't be any problem. It is not good to say something happens, then you take a false decision. And it's against the human rights of Ghana. You must listen to them, be fair, ample time. Or who say you went beyond every reasonable doubt. Sometimes the owners of the company do not like that because it thinks that HR too much. That's why HR must be fast. And also Odaso. Into those days, I mean, baby, minya case Monday. By Friday, DC. The following week, reports are ready. Say pamo. I take out 2 weeks. Then there's a trust in the system. You get a point. And so HR, we have a work of going to do. But the most one thing is that have a disciplinary policy, communicate to the staff, let them know everything. Let it be available on the intranet system. Between your booklets. Then when the issue happens, let the line manager write the query. So line manager ultimately draw query now. HR help to draft the query. Now farmer staff monitor 3 days response and follow the procedure. Now if the staff denies, say Alpha BBR, then what I advise that there should be an investigative committee. Another 2 or 3 people should go and investigate it more. And that's why, for example, as an HR, if somebody says, my staff query, ask for evidence. Take video evidence, take pictures. So we see I go use car, and yet by word of mouth. There must be undeniable evidence to confirm, say, and yet say you feel like no, it's not, we don't deal in such anger at all. And then after the investigative committee, they'll present to the CEO, say yeah, investigations, then the DC can continue, invite the staff. And when you're inviting the staff, write to the staff that you can recall that we give you a letter on this date on issue of theft, which you responded. We are therefore inviting you to a disciplinary committee in the next 5 days on this same issue. At this disciplinary committee, the issues of theft to be put before you for you to respond. You are allowed to come with a colleague member. Then the person comes to put the key issue across to the person. Evidence not shared. Then the committee members can agree upon it. Then appropriate sanctions are which the staff are aware already. Then you apply. Then there's fairness. It is better from the onset to have these things set in place. Don't joke at it if you don't know. Some of us are ready to assist you, the HR people, if you want to assist in that regard. And then once you set it up, people will set up in the organization. I don't know what I've answered your question.
Yes, you have.
Okay.
You have. It looks like a humano but still, mobile to me at price and mobile free 0559680066. Free, utri ye ne tomua na ye no so edi enkomo ewa hanomo. Mr. Andy, share some of the HR for and I make us say employers need be their work HR policies any discipline policies nyina no onye but ne worker na say employee no oye mistake bia oba fire kofie no apam no just like that. Is it a year say obey sir na say nyenso a what must the employee do say we share bibisa?
I mean, first of all, Uncle Pay good lawyer be. Now lawyer no on trot to that company. It's as simple as that.
No.
Yeah, uncle own lawyer because I mean, you see, the point is that I'm an HR person, but I think that some of our people, the respect is lost. That's why you're a professional HR. I mean, who professional driver, obey driving basa, and as a professional doctor, obey operation basa, and as a professional lawyer, wrong, and a professional accountant. The profession counts with the requirements, what you're supposed to do. You are an organization. There's no disciplinary policy. Put it in place. If you do not have, the one that we can fall on is the Constitution of Ghana and the Labour Act. The Labour Act is very clear. Now, if the Constitution is very clear, give the person. Okay.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Pacho. Good evening.
Pacho, I'm from Harriet. Me free my country.
Okay, what are my NTO? Harriet, what are my TFA of Funum? Uti TV na a bed delay kakra. This is what mean can any incomo. Oh. What's yato? Bomodin in a Sabrabio, Yabajoso. All right. Please, let's continue.
Yeah. So, Alright, some friend view. I mean, yeah, someone normally be maybe my friend.
All right. In 2% offer 0559 68 0066 0559 68 0066.
Yeah. So, in the absence of any law, no labor law, no constitution, no, and so the HR you have a way, and this labor law, you show professional, it's like you show professional exams. HR law, your choice exams, no, that's the most difficult because also sessions in where obviously administrative we call law also because I have an idea. So how would you apply? And you see, it is the dignity of the employer or your human being or your NIPA. Because most CEOs, because Pamino. As an HR, you have to make sure that the process is followed, and so people must follow the law. So in the absence of that, first of all, there shouldn't be any absence. If there's an absence, the person is not a proper HR. But in absence, the Constitution of Ghana is there, the Labour Act is there to guide.
Okay, so you can apply that.
Yes.
And then also the mother law.
The mother law.
So all the other laws get bylaws.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, and this one, what are the major don'ts? The don'ts, that's DONTS in quotes. Employees must avoid to maintain professionalism. But before you answer that, okay. About Udin any baby our free.
Pacho, I am video more Harriet, me free McCarthy.
Yeah, then Yamiasi, Yankasa.
And network problem in I keep going off, but Yamia do myself with you.
Great.
Yeah. I'm really happy about the topic that you are discussing.
Thank
General
you.
issues in human resources. It's very broad, but my mentor, Mr. Bonome, is doing well. Good. I just want to wish him well in the new capacity that he's in right now. I'm really happy to see him on this channel, and I want to thank Hope Channel too for this opportunity given to us HR practitioners. We are really encountering a lot of issues in our field of practice, but with God on our side, we are sailing through, and with our further studies that we are going, we'll be able to reach far.
Okay.
We are really grateful for this broadcast you are doing right now. I just want to say thank you to Mr. Bonomi. He used to be my mentor. He mentored me till now where I am.
Oh, and wow.
I'm really grateful.
We are also grateful. We are grateful you called. Thank you very much for calling. All right.
Thank you very much.
With a testimony.
I mean, I have a lot of mentors. Me Shan in person, Crowder.
Wow.
I mean, me Shan. I think that the last time we met was more traffic. I say, yeah, Mr. And look at that traffic green is what I'm going. I mean, I accept people who are studying HR. They want a mentor. Me, I'm ready. I mean, there are many people that I do because if you want, they also you have to share the knowledge and kind of account. So Harriet she's doing a fantastic job, and I also wish her well at the new place that she is right now.
Wow, Yankopon Insurance Power there for recognizing what you've been doing for them, and I think Hope Channel Ghana is also
going very far.
Yes,
it's very, very powerful.
We thank God for that. All right. So we were looking at. I asked the question concerning the don'ts that the employer must also ensure, so that there will be a smooth relationship between the employer and the employee.
When it comes to the don'ts, that's what the employer should not do.
Yes.
I mean, when somebody's working for you,
yes,
certain things that
let's pick another call and come back. You more about within any baby akasa free.
Yeah, but your friend
Bobby, okay.
Mr. Me program ka Kansas. I demand that I was here age mabo, but I didn't see camera. Until I catch a message, I'm casting for the camera grandma.
Okay.
And be your brave powers a jumon.
But all government sector now private.
Or private side.
Oh, okay, okay.
The rest I'm on campus, the customers on my bachelor.
All right.
Because you're very brave with the Indiana.
All right, thank you very much.
And
that's it. With this particular
look, I have a very radical statement when it comes to salaries. You know, first of all, as an employee, know your skill. Work at a place. Whilst if the money is not good, look for another place where they'll pay more. Move. Don't stay at a place where the salary or the benefits are low. Find a place where they'll pay you a little bit more. If you get another place they pay you more, move. Because your employer may not want to change. What sometimes when you work, it's not only about the money. Especially that's why at the early stages, no. Fine. But once you are a master, you're a professional, you know what you can do. Okay. Either you find another place and work more, or you do 2 or 3 jobs.
In addition to
what you have, and make sure that you have, of course, you're not a player that you do 2 or 3. I mean, this is all professional. I shouldn't be saying this. But the point is that because you know that you can do the phone repair.
Include also.
With my phone, baby, I'll share about 200. So many about more 300. Baby, I'm more 300. You know, baby, I'll call. It will not be perfect environment, but it's not age, man.
Okay.
You know, because sometimes the employer may not have your full interest. I don't know, but the HR will continue to negotiate. Will try and speak to CEOs to make sure that salaries go up. But as you as an employee, you must master your skill very well, and then you can call the shots. There should be a point. Obi say obi here. Over 10,000. That 15,000 member. That should be the level. You build to me a fair salary.
You need to build yourself.
You have to build yourself. Say, mommy 15,000. Mommy 50,000. That's the level we should aspire to.
Okay, but per the labor law, no, is there anything that, for example, recently GFA at the Kratar by said, Obia Premier League team should be ready. Say, a player at least ube to 1,200 Ghana cedis. Per the labor law, no, is there a cut-off amount, a minimum amount at least? Private companies no also the tier ne employees neka, so that maybe because some people I may say they are cheating their employees, looking at their roles and responsibilities at workplaces, no. The kind of salaries that they receive, no, it doesn't tally.
No, I mean, assets, the minimum, there's something called minimum wage.
Minimum wage, yes.
According to the latest one, effective 1st March 2025.
This year.
The minimum wage that's so we use per day, no, so tiano 19 cedis, 97 pesos
per day.
Per day.
Wow.
Until so calculate 30 days.
Let me do that. I will calculate.
Yeah, I mean,
while you speak,
yeah, 20 cedis per day.
20.
So won't you be sika salary 20 cedis per day?
That is around 600.
600 cedis. It is a you be more than 600. from maybe. That's
but
what the
if
law
it is
says.
less than 600,
then it's a problem. Then it's against the law. So you Juma who are 600 less than 600 cities a month, it's against the law. Either you change the job. Okay, report here. Yeah, you can report, but into compare more than 600.
That is true.
So that's the law. So that's why, for example, every year, those who sit to look at the minimum wage, or more increasing the more. So when the economy, I mean, at this time, 1,000 cities cry a month and so free.
Oh,
and so free. So, but that's what the law says. That's what the law says. So the minimum wage, is clear.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, Breno Asson. It's rather unfortunate. So many people I know try to join, but and now humano akate bia TS na o kate but all the same, I believe say wasuya na bebre. Still now no ubetimi akọ LinkedIn na wakwa hwehwe Manome Andrews okọ no mo a bibia ka mu a opese ohun bia no o de Emmanuel and Sabeka. Now you can also channel it through Hope Channel Ghana or through me. Said the Biano, you'll get your answers for you. It has been wonderful, sir. From day one, ABC Sabre. We are so grateful to you, and we are also grateful to Mr. Manome. Sir, Wajai Nadaje Niema Oye, he's a very busy person. Even today, he was supposed to be at Volta, but because of you and I, he is here just to give us the knowledge that we wanted. We are grateful to him, and we ask God, say, "Oh, Inshrano, na on trainer she munafe nipa bebre intimi enyano so emphasis." So for this particular segment, today happens to be the last time we are meeting. Under 30 seconds, you want to greet someone to summarize everything.
No, I mean, first of all, I would like to say that thank you, Hope Team, for giving the opportunity to be here for 4 weeks. And I'll say that if this is the first time you're watching, just go back, look at Business Forum for the month of November, and look at all the things that we discussed. And number 2, that God has a purpose for everybody.
Sure.
And you have a particular function you have to play. You must pray and find it. And then when you find it, work hard and keep it. Don't be lazy at work, and fulfill God's mandate. And we ask all employers, like the last caller said, let's increase the benefits. If it's in our power, increase the benefits for the staff, everybody will be happy. Let's create an enabling environment. As an HR person, you should not be a hindrance. You should have an open door policy, put in the policies, negotiate, have a welcoming, because our work is a thankless job as HR. But there's a purpose why we are there. Let's make the working environment better. And then maybe one day when we get to heaven, God will be happy with us.
Sure.
And because of the good work we did, diligent work we did as an HR, heaven will be open for all of us. Thank you very much.
You are welcome, Mr. Andy. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Sikatu, for having me. Thank you too much.
No thanks, no thanks. Mum no was here, that was a pa. I was for aha, any adjumadi in ABC Asda. Enko Emma Midima for Heba Hospital, one Adaruma, and your day Jumadi Ebro and so Mr. Andy, a human resource manager, and I feel was a consultant, and in Bibia Opese Usia, FR human resource honor. Just go to LinkedIn and follow him there, chat him, tag Hope TV Ghana, so that Obehu se uti and waha, the Ohia Biano, wire crowd saw the Bema free of charge. And that is wonderful. And bombarding sa onino ebedi and sawo. So meeting Eddie Nana Kwame Sika. You see her, Emma Munira Monitie Enesha Adeshi.